Good morning, everyone. I am JC Sweeten, and this morning we are going to talk about my internship experience. So, to begin, I did my internship at the Oneida Crisis Center and Carol's Pantry here in my hometown in Malad. So, just a little introduction. I'm going to go through who am I, a little bit about myself, and then I'm going to talk about my internship at the Oneida Crisis Center. How did I find it? What were my responsibilities? How did I benefit, or how did I benefit the Oneida Crisis Center? And how did I personally benefit from the Oneida Crisis Center? And would I recommend it to other students? And then the conclusion. So, who am I? I'm JC Sweeten. I am from Malad, Idaho, and currently living in Malad, Idaho. My major is marriage and family, and I graduate hopefully in December, depending on how all my credits work out. Some things that I enjoy hiking a lot. I love being outside, so anything outdoors, kayaking, hiking. I love traveling as well. Anything mountains, that's my place to be. I love music. I grew up playing the piano and I learned the guitar as well, and I love listening to music as well. The lyrics are probably my favorite part as well of most music. I love animals. I grew up on a farm, so I had all kinds of animals growing up. My favorite animal would be a horse, of course. I'm very into sports. I played volleyball and basketball all throughout my life. And I love art. So paintings and poetry, any type of art, I love. I also served my mission in Portugal. I got home actually almost like more than 2 years ago. So it's been a really long time, it feels like. Plans for the future, plan on graduating with my bachelor's in marriage and family, and then hopefully I can go on to get my master's. I haven't decided what to do my master's in, either counseling or social work. We'll see where life takes me once I get going some more. How did I find the Oneida Crisis Center? I actually went to my high school counselor in Malad, and I was talking to her about how I had to do an internship for my major. And I told her that I wanted to do it with her. She taught me a lot. While I was in high school, I always talked to her about stuff, and she was amazing. And so I wanted to do my internship with her. And as we were talking, she suggested the Oneida Crisis Center. I had never heard of it really. I knew it was a thing, but I didn't know much about it. And so she suggested that I go talk to them and see what their roles are and if that was something that they would be interested in allowing me to do. So I went and I talked to the director. It's a nonprofit organization. And so I was able to talk to the director, Melina Jimenez, and she was amazing. And she was so excited to allow me to do my internship. And she was excited to have me on the team. It was Melina Jimenez was the director. Holly Llewellyn, she was the director before Melina until she stepped down. And then Jade Curtis she was the shelter manager, because once I get going a little bit more, I'll talk more about what the Oneida Crisis Center really is. So the mission of the Oneida Crisis Center is to educate and promote safe and healthy individuals, families, housing, and prosperous community by working to ensure peaceful family relationships and providing support to the victims of abuse. So the Oneida Crisis Center is all kinds of little things together. So the main purpose of the Oneida Crisis Center, it is a domestic violence shelter for those fleeing domestic violence. We have so many rooms. We have communal areas like the bathroom, the living room, the kitchen, and then there are 3 separate bedrooms. So we have like a family bedroom, an animal bedroom for those that come with animals, and then just a normal bedroom. We also have a bedroom that's in a different area for those with disabilities so that they can be more on their own and do their own thing, and we are able to help them a little bit better. And then here I'll go on. So my responsibilities at the OCC, I was an advocate. And so I was able to do 40 hours of training before I could carry the crisis line phone, which is a 24-hour crisis line where people call if they need someone to talk to, or if they're going through a domestic violence situation, or if they need help of any kind, any type of crisis. We have a crisis line and people are able to call, and I am an advocate for them. So I had the opportunity to do 40 hours of training before I carried the phone. Once I carried the phone, we would carry it for a shift. So a shift is usually Thursday evening until Monday morning, and then Monday evening until Thursday evening. So different shifts. I usually took the weekends. I started doing the weeks as well once I started going a little bit more. And I loved this opportunity. I loved being able to help people. And as I was there as an internship, I got to also help out with the pantry. We are open on the last two Tuesdays of every month, and people are able to come and get the food that they need. We obviously have rules and expectations. You can't take as much as you want depending on how many you are shopping for. We help you do that so that there is enough for other people that are also needing help with food. I was also involved in checking in residents. We had quite a few residents come in as I was an intern there, and some of them, were really tough stories to listen to, and we were able to help check them in. When we checked them in, when we went through all the paperwork, went through their story, what was going on, got their information, had them sign the papers, and we give them 2 weeks to stay in the shelter. We really have 90 days that they can stay in the shelter. That's what how much funding we have is 90 days, but we find that 2 weeks is perfect to help them come up with their own plan. And once we see them coming up with a plan, if they need a little bit more time, we give them that extra time. And so it's been really cool to see the Oneida Crisis Center allowing people to make their own plans and to solve their own problems. That's really what we're here to do. We don't want to solve their problems for them, or they're going to become dependent on us. So yeah, I was also involved in crisis interventions. We don't only include domestic violence situations. For example, we had a resident who wrecked his semi close to the exit in Malad, and that was where he was living, was out of his semi. That was his work. He lost everything that he had when he wrecked, and he needed a place to stay for a while to come up with a plan of what to do next. And so we were able to intervene on that crisis situation, and we were able to find him a place to stay at our shelter he stayed only for a weekend, and then he was able to come up with a plan of what to do next. And it was amazing to see how excited he was to move forward with his life, even though what had happened to him was really, really difficult, and he had a really hard time with his emotions, and we were able to advocate for him and be there for him. I thought that was really awesome. So I had all kinds of different responsibilities. Most of the time in big cities, there are different organizations that do all of these different things, but we are just one because we are in a small town, so we do a little bit of everything. How did I benefit OCC? I asked those that I worked with to send me something saying how I benefited OCC. I didn't get my director, Melina, to send me anything before I could record, but Jade, the shelter manager, she said, JC is such a joy to work with. She brings a positive, can-do attitude and has excellent people skills in any interaction. She's genuinely passionate about helping others in any way she can, and it has been a pleasure to work alongside her over the past few months. And then Holly Llewellyn, the Oneida Crisis Center has benefited enormously from having JC as an intern. She has contributed to our organization with her enthusiasm and intellect. Her willingness to contribute and participate has been a true asset. She has shown compassion and professionalism while interacting with clients. It has been a joy to have her as a member of our team. She will be missed. How did I benefit from OCC? I truly believe that even though I've only been here for a few months, I feel that I have grown enormously as a person. I have learned so much from my experience. I feel like everybody that has to work at that volunteers to work at the OCC, we all have to go through a training. And I truly believe that I learned a lot from the training, but I feel that I learned more from my experiences with clients and residents that I interacted with. And I feel like I also learned a lot from Holly, Melina, and Jade as well. They were amazing at teaching me what they did at the OCC and how things worked and why they did what they did. And we always collaborated together. We had meetings together to talk about what we needed to do better and what we were doing amazing at. And I just loved that experience. And I truly feel like I have grown and I know better how to be strong for the people that are going through really, really, really hard times. Even though, I have a very soft heart, I have a big heart. And when I hear some of these stories, it's really hard not to feel this, I feel the sadness, but I don't express it. I show strength to show others that there is still strength there. Would I recommend OCC to other students? Yes, 100 times yes. The only thing is OCC is located in a very small town in Malad, Idaho, so there aren't going to be very many students. If there are students that are going through the same thing as me that live in Malad, Idaho and are currently in Malad, Idaho, then I would totally suggest OCC for them. It's a beyond friendly environment, so friendly. I absolutely love it. Perfect place to learn from experience, as I mentioned, how I've grown as a person. There are so many amazing things to learn, so many different aspects of being an advocate. They allow you to try hard things and be involved as much as possible. They push you to try hard things and to get out of your comfort zone. And I really loved that about them. And thank you. Here is some contact for OCC, their office number, the crisis line, and their email if anybody wants to have that. And if any of you, I mean, all of us go through our own crisis, and sometimes we just need someone to talk to. But I want the Oneida Crisis Center to get out to more people because I feel like there aren't a lot of people that know about it. Because we're not only in the Oneida Crisis or the Oneida County, we also cover Franklin County as well. And so we can help a lot more people than just those here in Oneida County and Franklin County. We can help those outside as well. Anybody that is needing help or is looking for somewhere to stay for a while to come up with a plan, those fleeing domestic violence, anybody that has any type of crisis, I really hope that the Oneida Crisis Center can get itself out there a little bit more. And I have really enjoyed this internship experience. I'm currently still going in, even though I finished my hours, I'm still going in until I move, and I've been enjoying every second of it. And I hope that you guys will learn a lot from my internship experience. Thanks, guys.